Come along, just keep listening to 612 ABC Brisbane.
If you've been listening to all of this talk of baking and fresh ingredients and yet your cupboard is bare, there is a lady who's going to be able to tell you what is happening in terms of markets, fresh food, vintage, all sorts of wonderful things happening across Brisbane. And Tanya Hall from AustralianFoodie.com knows all about it. Good morning, Tanya.
Morning, Kat. How are you going?
I'm very well. Are you marketing this weekend?
I will be, definitely.
Excellent. Now, I did start by saying that there were some great markets for food. Can you take us through a few of those?
Yeah, definitely. This weekend there are quite a few foodie markets on in Brisbane, including the Jan Powers Farmers Markets, which are on today at Manly's Royal Esplanade. So these markets feature similar foodie stalls to the ones in New Farm and the Queen Street Mall markets. And at these markets, one of the standout stalls is Miss B, who my mum-in-law actually introduced me to, and she makes traditional Greek shortbread, Persian love cake, and this week they brought out a brand new raspberry swirl pound cake, which I haven't tasted myself, but I have on good authority that it's amazing.
Raspberry pound cake. This is all designed to make me want to eat more sugar, isn't it?
It really is, yeah.
Okay. What else is happening market-wise?
On the other side of town, there is the Kelvin Grove Village Markets that are currently on until 1 p.m. at QUT in Kelvin Grove. And these markets feature fresh fruit and veg, hot food, new and second-hand clothes, plants, arts and crafts. Some people in the area might know about Bannerton Bakery. It's a bit of an institution in Ashgrove and New Farm, and they have a stall at these markets only.
If you're heading into the valley, there's a nice way of picking up some stuff that's a little bit left of centre.
Yeah, definitely. The Valley markets are on in the Chinatown Mall, and these markets are perfect for vintage clothing, and they've also been increasingly selling new clothing as well from boutique designers, so it's great for bric-a-brac and funky jewellery as well.
And this one, I've been down to Davies Park before, and there's a particular, I think maybe it's because of the amount of vegetarian food or that there's a lot of different nationalities represented there, but those markets you can smell them from quite some distance away.
Yeah, definitely. The Davies Park markets at West End, it has a bit of everything, fresh fruit and veg. They do specialise in vegetarian food, like you said. They've got plants, new and vintage clothing as well, a bit similar to the Valley markets. And they've also got handmade jewellery and homewares.
If you're headed out to the Redcliffe area, we'd like to keep people abreast of stuff that's going on outside of the CBD also. There's some markets on Sunday. Yeah,
so that's tomorrow at the Redcliffe Jetty markets. They're on from 8 a.m. until noon, and they're on the foreshore at Anzac Place Parklands, which again, they feature fresh farm produce, arts and crafts, handmade jewellery and children's toys. And there's also live entertainment at the Redcliffe market, so that makes for a really lively Sunday morning atmosphere.
And finally, there's a market going on. I haven't heard of this one, but if you're in the Beenleigh area and you're out for a bargain.
Yeah, a few of my friends have put me onto these markets. They will just drive down really early on a Sunday morning to the Beenleigh market, just south of Brisbane, and it is worth the drive for a bargain on almost everything. There are stalls selling books, CDs, plants, homemade food, and there are also a lot of arts and crafts stalls selling both vintage jewellery and new handmade jewellery. And one of the stalls there that's a bit of a standout for me is Lovell Bohemian-style jewellery. So these guys specialise in glass bead earrings and necklaces. And again, the stall owners, Christina and Mark, are brilliant and super helpful at creating custom design jewellery. So they just make whatever you'd ask.
Okay, now if we were to go to one final one before I release you back into the wild.
No worries.
There's a market for kids, boutique products for kids.
Yes.
I cannot find cool stuff for my baby lady. Now, we probably shouldn't go into specific stalls, but just in a general kind of viewpoint, what sorts of things can be found?
So these are the Billy Card markets, and they're on the Sacred Heart Primary School in Sandgate. Now, these markets are only on once every 2 months, and they're on tonight. So they specialise in boutique products for kids, and they're particularly great for unique children's clothes, and they also have food and live music, so it's a bit of a fun family night out.
All right, Tanya Hall from AustralianFoodie.com, thank you very much.
Great, thank you so much, Kat.
If you have a community event or a market that you would like everyone to know about, now it could be a fete, it could be a market, it could be a fundraiser.